Hi there. Do you by any chance have kids? I don't know if you've been keeping up lately with some of the news, but there's been a lot of gun violence going around. Some in schools, some in neighborhoods, and some in parking lots and all over the place. Have you thought about perhaps covering them? I mean, in the long run, would you be able to afford a burial at your in your younger years? Probably not. Would you have enough insurance to cover that? You probably have it on yourselves thinking about what you're going to do to help your family. But I've been tossing around a couple of ideas when it comes to insuring children and thinking about the future for the long run so that you can perhaps do both with as minimal amount of out-of-pocket expenses as possible. So I just wanted to see how realistic my ideas were. And I thought, well, I'm going to run this by AI. So I called up my friend Steve and I wanted to read over some of the thoughts that he had, or it had, I should say, to cover life insurance and your child, to cover your child insurance. So I asked, what are the pros and cons of a child insurance, a life insurance policy to a 529? And you'll see later, I kind of broadened the idea. So here's what I got. Child life insurance policy pros. It can provide a death benefit to help to cover expenses in the event of the child's death, would be good. Premiums for a child life insurance policy are generally lower, okay, than an adult's plan benefit. Cons, well, the death benefit may not be enough to cover the child's future education expenses. Okay, but hold that thought. If the child does not die, the policy will not provide any financial benefits. Well, we're not trying to see if the child's going to die, but we're wanting to protect ourselves in the event that something bad happens. So let's look at a 529 plan. Pros are offers tax-free growth on investments that can be used to pay for the child's future education expenses, and the account owner has control over how the funds are invested and when they are used. Downside of that, though, is the contributions to a 529 plan are not tax deductible. Uh-oh. There are penalties for using the fund for non-educational expenses. Uh-oh. The investment risk lies with the account owner who may not have the expertise to manage the investment effectively. Okay, so having said that, let's take a look at some other options over here. So remember, we started talking about life insurance. All right, so is it possible, I asked, to get a whole life insurance policy on a child? Knowing it is, but just wanted to run it by good old Steve here. Yes, it's possible to get a whole life insurance policy on a child. This type of policy provides a coverage for the lifetime of the insured and typically builds cash value over time. Well, hello. However, it's important to carefully consider the need of life insurance for a child, as the premium cost for a child's policy may be higher compared to an adult policy, and the child may not need life coverage until they reach adulthood. Well, would you be wanting to make double payments? Check this out. Can a child of 18 cash a life insurance policy in for the cash value? Well, here's where it starts to get interesting. Yes, a person who is 18 years of age or older is considered an adult and has the legal right to access the cash value of a life insurance policy if it has built up. The process of accessing the cash value of a life insurance policy is called a policy loan or surrender, and this can typically be done by contacting the insurance company and requesting a reimbursement or disbursement, rather. It's important to note that taking a loan or surrendering the policy may have tax implications and may also reduce the death benefit and future cash value. Well, thought for the moment. If you're going to take money out of a life insurance policy, You can do what's already been mentioned, a policy loan. Interest rates are low. So, it might be better in the long run to pay yourself back. Of course, if you do a loan surrender, or rather a surrender, excuse me, it could affect you in other ways. So, you got to check these things out. But anyway, I went on to ask, can you purchase an indexed annuity for a vehicle? So here I am thinking, is life insurance and 529 the only two options? Partly getting creative now. I just thought I'd look into other things here. My idea was originally comparing life insurance and 529 plans to see which one was worth it and which one's more practical. In the sense of today's mass shootings. So, a child or an annuity for a child can be purchased. And yes, it's possible to purchase an indexed annuity for a child. An indexed annuity is a type of annuity contract that provides a return based on the performance of a stock market index, such as the S&P 500, while it also is offering a guaranteed minimum rate of return. However, it's important to carefully consider the financial needs and goals for a child before purchasing an indexed annuity. It's also important to understand the terms and conditions of the annuity contract, including fees, surrender charges, and restrictions on accessing the money before making a decision. Well, as with any financial decisions, it's a good idea to seek the advice of a financial professional to determine whether an indexed annuity is the right choice for a child's financial situation. Wouldn't suggest anything else, but anyway, as we go on, at what age can an indexed annuity be purchased for a child? Well, the minimum age for purchasing an indexed annuity for a child depends on the insurance company issuing the annuity contract. Some insurance companies may require that the child be at least 18, while others may allow a parent or a guardian to purchase an annuity for a child who is younger. However, bottom line, it's important to note that buying an annuity for a child is a long term financial commitment, and the child may not be able to access the funds until they reach a certain age or satisfy each condition specified in the contract. And now, it's also important to know what kind of an annuity you're looking at, because some do require a substantial down payment or deposit, while there's others for a savings plan. So you want to be careful. It's also a good idea, too, to carefully consider the financial needs and goals for a child and to fully understand the terms and conditions of the annuity contract, including fees, surrender charges, restrictions on accessing the money before making a decision. It's also good to seek the advice of a financial professional. I think we said that and established that importance already. But we go on. Considering a lifespan of 18 years of maximum cash value benefit, which would be the best? And this is my final question to Steve. A life insurance policy, 529 plan, or a fixed indexed annuity? So Steve says the best option depends on the specific financial goals and needs of the child. Well, yeah, but anyway, each of these options has different features, benefits, and limitations. Yeah, we know that. A life insurance policy provides a death benefit in the event of the death of the insured. It also builds up cash value over time, and that's what we were thinking about, but this is not guaranteed. No, but there are certain levels of guaranteed amount. The death benefit can be used to help cover the cost of financial expenses, such as funeral and burial costs, or to provide financial support to the child's family. Hello. A 529 college plan, on the other hand, is a tax advantaged investment vehicle that is specifically designed to help save for college expenses. The money in a 529 plan can be used tax free for qualified higher education expenses such as tuition fees, room and board for the designated beneficiary. And finally, a fixed indexed annuity is a type of annuity contract that provides a return based on the performance of a stock market index such as the S&P 500, while also offering a guaranteed minimum rate of return. The money is in an indexed annuity, grows tax deferred and can be used for retirement income or other financial goals. However, Each of these options has its own unique benefit and limitations, and the best choice will depend on the special financials or specific financial goals and needs of the child. It's always a good idea to consult with a financial professional, and to help determine the best choice for a child's financial situation. So I say that to say this: if you're concerned about your children or child, if you're concerned about the gun violence, at least, if not other violence around currently, in schools, not in schools, in the supermarket, in the mall, in the parking lot, you might want to think about something like this and protect your child. The benefits, as you can see, are substantial. You can peacefully have the money in hand to bury the child. And again, I'm not trying to be morbid, I'm just trying to be practical and throw things out there for you to think about. The other side of the coin is, you can be saving money, but you got to realize the pitfalls of this type of vehicle. With the cash value involved in it, then you know the options that you have. Hey, if you like what you heard, hit me up on this social media. I'm going to put it on several, so just be aware. But like, subscribe, follow, ring the bell, make comments, and I'll be glad to send you any information that you have or talk to you. Just reach out to the number at the bottom of the screen. And again, have a good day.